Greetings fellow conquerors, I'm Chevalier and I bid you welcome to the Institution and Guide of Ethiopia. This is part 2, the expansion guide. So how you should expand as Ethiopia. As you can see, this is the save from the financial situation and with all those stats. And now let's look at how you should expand. First off, it's all about killing these guys here, the small guys here. Let's actually take off the eye for a spell. Right, so it's all about killing the small guys here. Whomever you ally, you should ally. Basically, you can ally this guy here and attack adult. You can actually, it depends on who rebels, to be honest. It's all about experience and how you should play it off. Before the start of the game, you should actually check the opinion that you have with all of these guys here, from the opinion map mode, and the opinion that somebody else has with these guys as well. Then you can actually decide who you should actually rival and who should you attack, and see where does the alliances play off. This is basically doable for random starts. Like, there's nothing much to see here. Actually, I have to turn off the eye. There's like the cherry here. Like, nobody knows who's gonna ally who here, right? It's quite unlikely that let's say Saxon gonna rival Austria or Bavaria, right? They're gonna rival some of their neighbors, but still there might be a situation where somebody's gonna rival somebody over the border, basically. So there's no reason for you to keep on for me to tell you plenty of stuff of how you should ally or not, because it's gonna depend on the situation that you're in. Just go with these, with the opinion map mode. Check out the opinion. For example, this guy loves me. Can he become my actual vassal? No, he cannot. So again, there are multiple options here that you can actually pull off, from vassalization to you can't release anybody, right? No, so no vassal release. Although yes, you can release a guy from here. So you can actually release Harar from here. So it's possible for you to release a vassal feed the Harar at some point. Again, let's say here with your expansion, you're gonna attack Adol, right? You're gonna attack Adol 100% of the time. So yeah, attack Adol, release Harar, but with this case here, it's gonna depend. This guy might rival you, this guy might rival you, this guy might actually rival you, so this guy should be killed instantly. So yeah, expand into this guy's with care and with a decent amount of wisdom and intelligence. Now, these guys here will not ally any important guys, but Adal here might ally one of these guys here, either Oman, Yemen, Hejaz, depending on the situation right now. If you look at it, they are neutral with Hejaz, but they are rival with Yemen. So they might actually ally Hejaz, so they can actually attack Yemen. Now, what this means is that you're gonna have to fight the Hejaz army as well at some point. But the good part is that they're not gonna get access to Yemen, and if they get access to the Mamluks, which I don't know if they're gonna get or not. If you look at here, you'll see that they're neutrals, so they might get an alliance. They're not gonna be able to bypass through these guys, so they might be able to bypass through these guys. Again, it depends, but if you get an alliance with this and this, it's gonna be quite not problematic, but quite impossible for them to bypass to their lands. And you can attack Adal freely, although they might be able to ship some troops. Again, you have more armies than they have, so you can actually squash. You can actually kill Adal with no problems. So, I don't know how much time your conquest should take here. Let's say, if you want to waste some diplo points here, which I actually recommend, wasting some diplo points to get some more decent stuff, I would say that quite problematic here. I would say this. Take some lands from Adal until you can get a border with Marhach and start fabricating claims on this. Try to aim for coastal provinces so you can actually fabricate on multiple lands, or provinces that give you access to multiple provinces. So basically, we're gonna take Harar, but you're actually gonna take the Chevalier as well, so you can actually be able to fabricate claims on this tree here, and if you actually take a sub as well, you're gonna be able to fabricate claims on all of the provinces. Right, so again, do this. As for this guy here, claim, 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 attack, take everything, then claim, take the capital, claim, 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 and attack, claim everything else, attack, take the capital. Pretty standard stuff here. They have level 1 fort, level 1 fort, they have a level 2 fort. Once you take this province here, kill the fort as well. Kill the fort here as well. It's recommended to kill the fort here as well. And keep the fort here, mainly because this is gonna deny them access through here, to this province here when they want to pass. And at the same time, it's gonna deny them access to this side here. So this fort here is quite well. As for up here, not too much to say. Once you kill all the kill Makuri as well, and you should be able to build a huge empire. At this point here, I recommend taking. Do I have it? Yes, I should have it. The maps, right? Covert actions. You can ask still maps, but you can actually request map share basically. So again, if you can get enough of a high opinion, you can actually request map share, and you can actually get maps from this guys here. Although it's gonna cost you some prestige, should be doable with somebody that actually likes you. I don't know what kind of maps these guys have. I don't know if they're different from yours, to be honest. Actually, let's check. And if I could tag load, yeah, it will work. Yes, it will. So they have the same map as you. Crap, I don't know the tag. Let's go for tag Makuri as well. I honestly haven't played Makuria. Yeah, they have the same map, so it's, you have to talk to these guys if you actually go for tag Shamshar. They should be able to see at least the, yeah, they should be able to see the Shamshar, Hejaz, Yemenash. They should be able to see the at least the Ottomans, so you can actually ally the Ottomans. You can actually ally Kara at this point, so that is good as well. But allying the Ottomans is gonna, well, take some work basically, but it's possible. Now, attacking, we already talked about expanding here. The Mamelukes might expand here at some point. It's good to remember that you actually have 20 states because you're an empire, so that is excellent at the start, because every one of these provinces here are quite crap. Like, you have Lower Nubia, you have Upper Nubia, so they have a decent amount of provinces. So basically they have what, 3, 6, 8 provinces. This is not, so you can actually take only 7. You can actually take what, 7 provinces with an average of 3 base taxes. Say actually you have yeah, 3 multiplied by what, 7? No, 3 multiplied by 8. So yeah, that's not much. That's just 24 base tax in these provinces here. That can't compare to Paris, for example. But again, we're talking about the highest development provinces in the game. But yeah, you're gonna be somewhat strapped for provinces here. So you can see this one is just a 4. So again, it's gonna be problematic for you to own this, but you're an empire and you're gonna be able to have plenty of states basically. So you expand into this guys here, and you expanded primarily into Makuria simply because the Mamelukes, you shouldn't actually allow the Mamelukes. Now, once you have the priorities here, or you have truces with these guys, for example, truce with Alodia, truce with Adal, or anybody, try to move on to these guys and this guys here, right? Yemen, Hejaz, Oman, Nash, Shamshar. Standard stuff, going against Yemen, ally Oman, or Nash, for example, or any of its rivals, split them up, release a vassal. It's up to you how you want to expand, although I recommend going for vassals. And from Yemen you cannot actually release anybody, but you can actually have Harir here and maybe feed Harir all the way up to here. For example, feed this and fabricate, take this for yourself, feed this to Harir, then fabricate claims here, take Yambu for yourself, then fabricate some more claims and feed some lands to Harir. Again, it depends on your actual skill. To be honest, this is not a beginner friendly video. It requires you to have a decent understanding of the game, at least the medium level understanding, and how you should actually place some expansion strategies. Now, expanding here, just simply fabricate claims. You have more troops than you have. Expanding here should be easy. Although Warsangali sometimes allies Ajuran, so Ajuran has a decent amount of troops. If you look here, we're gonna see that Ajuran has 7,000. It's not that great, but once they take Mogadishu, they have Mogadishu, and once they annex Mogadishu, they're gonna have a little bit more troops as well. So let's say they have about 11,000 with Warsangali 5. They're gonna pose a problem if they actually unite themselves. But if they cannot pass to Marahan, it's not gonna matter, so you can actually take lands from these guys easily. So your primary target should be Warsangali, followed by Merach. If you declare war on Warsangali, break their alliance with Ajuran and move on to Ajuran. At this point, you should have this thing here, the Dose Volt CB, so you can actually attack these guys with ease, which is gonna allow you to basically take multiple lands in a war and go for full takeover, which is really gonna which is gonna actually allow you to quickly conquer this side here. Now, moving in here should be done is strange warfare with the CB. Is gonna allow you to take lands. It's quite easy. Now, if you actually go for the TI a little bit, and you actually look at the economic mode and trade goods. Gold. A huge amount of gold. Alright, so move into these lands as soon as possible because they're gonna be your economic what should I call it? Your economic salvation, basically. Like having these provinces here with gold, it's really gonna give you 2 ducats, 1.5, so that's 5 ducats, with 2.5, so that's 7.5 ducats from here with this one, which is another 2.6, so that's 9 ducats, and you have another 2 here, so that's 11 ducats only from gold. Although this is gonna cost you a huge amount of inflation, I will admit. Again, having a huge amount of cash is really gonna help you a lot, and I'm gonna say a lot. So yeah, expand here as fast as possible. Once you have those full CB, so you can actually take the skull provinces. This should be your main target. The expansion into here should be done slowly until you have the CB. Then go full steam for these provinces here, so you can have the necessary cash flow. As for the territories here, I don't think that autonomy. What's the effect of autonomy? The should effect, right? So it kills your production efficiency, so it might kill some of your cash here. Again, you can just do them into your states and have them states permanently. It's quite good, to be honest. God damn it, there's nothing much to say here. So go for them and take them at a steady rate until you have the CB here. So those volt CB, then you can expand. Now, here comes the hard part. Let's say that you are slowly moving into this guy, and you're slowly moving to this guys. The Mamelukes here, you need to be careful of them. To some point, I recommend having a buffer zone with the Mamelukes, sorry, and have a buffer zone with the Mamelukes so that they won't be able to actually attack you. And start attacking them once they are with the Ottomans and squashing them from this side. On this side here, they have no forts, so you're gonna be able to march up to their capital really easily and plant your full stack into their capital and just leave it there. As for the force limit of the Mamelukes, this is 24,000 troops, where you are at 15. So if you have a vessel, if you have something else, you will be able to fight off the Mamelukes, let's say shoulder to shoulder, not shoulder to shoulder, I don't know. You're gonna be able to face off the Mamelukes on an equal play field, basically, if you have a vessel or some other core provinces. The problem is there are actual allies. There might be Hejaz, there might be some of the miners here. Those guys are gonna pose a problem, but if they're at war with the Ottomans, they may actually be weakened severely and you're gonna be able to take lands from them as soon as possible. If you have the CB, I recommend going all the way up here and taking, and how should I put it, basically killing their opportunities to fight into this side here, right, so that Ottomans cannot take more lands. So try to cut a line from this side here all the way to Suez, to Gaza, to, well, basically all the way to Aleppo, or as close to Aleppo as possible, and just cutting them off basically, right, so that the Ottomans will not be able to take more lands for the Mamelukes. Now, this is gonna cause you some problems, simply because you're gonna be the target of the Ottomans now, because they're still gonna have the CBs from the missions for these lands, so that's gonna be problematic, which requires you to have an alliance either with the Timurids, if they're not dead by the Persians, or with another European nation, because you are a heretic religion. So even if you are a heretic religion, as you can see here, you're a heretic religion, basically Catholic and Orthodox, so although they are heretics, you might be able to get some alliances with them. It's less of a manus modifier than the heathens. So yeah, it's possible for you to get alliances with Castile, I don't know, Hungary, anything that actually rivals the Poland, though it's quite far away. Actually, anybody that rivals the Ottomans, so you should be able to be safeguarded on that front. So, on the mid game, I would say in the, let's say, 100 years, the Mameluks should be dead. You should have all of this part here, all of this part down here, I would say. These guys here as well. I mean, these guys here, if you actually manage to cross over there. Again, expansion as the Ethiopians is gonna be a landslide after the first 20 years. After you get, let's say, 20,000 troops, or have, actually, yeah, a vassal. I mean, the moment you release a vassal, is gonna have about 3 troops themselves. With your 15 more provinces, gonna go to, let's say, 17 with 320. You're gonna be able to squash these armies quite easily, even without allies. If you have allies as well, it's gonna be even easier. So yeah, remember, taking these lands here are gonna be your primary focus, and after that it's just a landslide, except for the Mamelukes, which are gonna be a little bit easy to kill. The rest of these guys are quite easily squashed. Yeah. As for, let's say, after that, squash the Ottomans, go for Karakoyunlu as well, and start releasing these vassals here, or taking one province and releasing that vassal, then taking even more provinces from him. You might want to actually, for example, take Iraq, then just the Iraqian core here, release Iraq, then declare war for the Iraqian cores next time, simply because you want to lower your aggressive expansion, because you don't want to be plagued by aggressive expansion. The Timurids are easily destroyed, as always, with the Persian cores, so do that with the Persian cores as well. Ottomans are gonna be a little bit difficult, but if you have the cash flow from this gold here, as well as, let's say, an advantage in trade, an advantage in tech, perhaps. Although it's gonna be hard to get an advantage in tech over the Ottomans. But if they're weakened by the Europeans to some degree, you're gonna be able to squash the Ottomans. Or if they're somewhat slow, you're gonna be able to move into the Ottomans really quickly. Again, as always, dismantle their forts. Simply go and take their forts, right? So you sell, just run all the way up to this and take these lands here, like take Biga and Kokachelia, or even Adern and Kokachelia. It's up to you how you want to pull it off. And although you might be Adern and Kokachelia, because you're gonna be able to block them off with forts, that is gonna help you quite a lot. But yeah, more than this is gonna really get you into the late game. I don't recommend going into this side here simply because you have the core creation cost extra, which is quite shit. So go all the way up to here from the Mamelukes, then these guys can just go fuck themselves. Although, if you want to actually attack Aragon and Castile, I don't think you are gonna have the power here to attack Aragon and Castile. But if you can attack Aragon and Castile, or they're weakened, or Sicily's here, etc., you can try, for example, to move just 2 cores all the way here, so you can have CPs against these guys. It's doable. You should do it if at all possible, simply because you want those cores. Remember, Tunis might ally the Ottomans, so they're gonna be called into a war, so you're gonna have problems on these fronts here. So a fort is recommended to be built in this area here, or let's say, even in this area here, someplace where they're gonna take a huge amount of attrition by stationing troops there. So this is 13, 8. So basically, if you actually build a fort here, they're not gonna be able to move into Alexandria because there's a fort here. No, they're gonna take Alexandria, which is annoying. But yeah, you can build one in Taratana, and they're just gonna slowly die over there, right? And you're gonna have a more centralized role. And same goes for keeping a fort in Damascus here as well, which is gonna allow you to safeguard this zone here from the attacks of the Ottomans. And basically, you're just gonna have a buffer zone here and here. Same goes for this area here. Having a fort there, keeping the fort in Hassa as well, is gonna create a basically a bottleneck. So yeah, as a tip, have this bottleneck over here, like this, so that nobody will be able to invade your core lands. So you're just gonna be able to bottleneck them here, then slowly take their lands here. Quite simple, nothing more to say about this. Later, go for this bottleneck or this bottleneck. Again, really advanced stuff for better players. I don't know if this classifies as a tutorial, but I'll see if I can do some talks about this sort of let's say bending of the rules. But yeah, this was the guide for the expansions of the Ethiopians. As you can see, they're quite easy to expand as. They have a good leader. They have a superior arm. They have superior numbers, not armies. They have superior numbers, which is gonna help them conquer quite a lot and quite fast. And they have plenty of suitable targets to be conquered in this area here. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, guys. Consider liking, subscribing, for example, or even commenting. Tell me if you need something. If you have requests, of course, just do some requests. I'll just post them. I'll do them as soon as I have an available slot for those nations, for that type. So basically, for each situation, when I have the slot available, for tutorials, when I have the slot available, for let's plays, when I have the slot available, or if you have, let's say, you want me to do something really small, or really small let's play, for example, 10 episodes of, let's say, how you should expand in the early game as Bengal, for example, or something like that for the first, let's say, 30-40 years, just let me know and I'll do something small like that if I have the time. I'm really swamped with work, so it's gonna be a little bit problematic. But yeah, I'm Chevalier. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time, guys. Ciao.